Alright, welcome to another episode of Links Digital Online Series. Today we'll be looking at how we can draw bounding boxes around certain areas in a frame that contain an image or a color that we want. So this will be very useful later when we start to identify certain objects or certain colors in a frame, and it could be like a traffic light color or it could be a car in front of the vehicle. So now we'll just do the fundamentals on drawing certain areas or images on the frame. So first we'll look at the method to draw. So it is a part of the OpenCV library. So it is a method called cv2.rectangle for rectangle. So let's just call it a rectangle, and then we'll call it cv2.rectangle, the method, frame. Pass in the first argument, which is the frame. The second argument is the coordinates. So we'll call it like starting coordinate and coordinate, and then next will be the color of the line, and the next one will be the thickness. Right, so we'll just do it this way for now, and we will define the different variables. So frame will just be the frame that we have here, and the starting coordinates, so you pass in an array or usually a tuple. So we'll call this, and we'll say maybe 10, 10, and coordinates, we'll call it say 50. So we'll look at the frame later and see where's the origin, which is the top left hand corner of the frame itself. So next we have color, and we'll pass in a BGR value. So maybe if you want to do 0.255, 0, and then thickness is just an integer, so maybe the thickness will be 5 pixels, and we'll draw the rectangle, and we'll draw it on a frame. So we will have this on frame. So all we need to do is just print the frame. So we do cv2.imshow frame and frame. Spelling error. Right, so you can see in the frame here, we have the big frame over here, and then it draws the box. At the starting point will be, if you look at the bottom corner over here, you can see that's the coordinates at the point that I'm pointing to. So somewhere around here will be 422 x coordinates and 121 on the y axis. And you also can see the BGR values at each point. So here, as we did, was 10 and 10. So if you mark the exact point, is 10, 10. And the ending point will be the bottom right corner of the frame, which will be 50, 50. Yeah, so that's how it's drawn. And let's close this frame. Right. So we also can use other, we can draw other things like circles. We want to draw ellipse or draw lines. Yep. So we can look at how we can draw circles too. So maybe we'll draw a circle, cv2.circle, passing frame. We'll pass in the center coordinates and the radius, followed by color, thickness, line. So another thing about thickness is we can pass in -1. So if we pass in -1, it will mean that it will color the full circle or the full object. Let's pass in -1 and take a look. So we can just, for the circle, we can call it center is maybe 40, 40. And we can do a video capture of maybe the video. Here, just blend this out, and so we can make the circle bigger also, and you can see the circle is up here. Alright, so we can just tweak it around. So maybe if we want the circle center to be 500, and just do this. Yep, so you can see the circles over here. So we can use loops also to make the circle move on the frame, call functions and all. So let's, these are just things you can draw on the frame. So you can draw lines, you can draw polygons and all. And all these will help us to track an image or track a certain color on the frame. So these are the fundamentals that we'll have for now. And then later we'll explore how we can draw boxes around objects instead of just static boxes or objects on the screen. Right, so that's it for today's session. And if you're looking for the code, you can find it in the description. You can play around with how you can create different boxes, different shapes, different colors, and just to suit what you would like to do. So that's it for today's session, and see you next time.